Des, we're back from the international break. First of all, how was the break for yourself and for the team?
The break was good, come at a nice time for everybody. I think first break was good to allow us to reflect on where we thought we would be. And then the second one, just physically, again, there's lots of demands that this league now chucks at us, and physically it was good to give us a bit of a break, both mentally and physically, for the players and the staff. But we still had a group training. We had 10 in, and we had 7 that went on international duty, and some of them got on the field and represented their country extremely well. Again, represented the club as part of that, which is great. But we had 10 training. We've done some work with them, and now we've had everyone back in the building today, training together to get ready for West Brom.
Yeah, how nice is it from your point of view to see more players called up for international duty compared to the last window, and then the way they performed?
I think it's great for the players and their families first and foremost, the opportunity to go and represent your country. And I use people like PK, who for DR Congo got caught up for the first time, and how much that will mean for him, all the way to Mark Harris, who made his first international start, and the likes of Dane Scarlett as well, who scored his first international goal for the under-21s after being caught up from the under-20s amongst the others. It's always a very special moment. So, for them it's great, and also for the club. It shows now that the level we're operating at, before we used to maybe have 2, possibly 3 in League One, but now we've got 7 pushing 8 and a couple of others in the provisions as well. So it shows kind of the level that we're now operating at, and it shows the calibre and the quality of players that we now have at this club.
How did you use this international break compared to the last one? Was it quite similar from our perspective, or did you change things at all?
Very similar. Very similar. The players got a few days off, but we had them in either side of that. It wasn't after the game a full break. We got them in to rest, recover, and make sure, again, we had a couple of sessions with them before giving them a couple of days off to then bring them back. Like I said, the good thing is with the smaller group, there was 10. It allows us to work with them in a little bit more detail, see a few more things that you might not see in a greater group of 26 that we normally have when everyone's fit. And it also allowed us to have a look at a couple of the youth players in more detail, when we've had people like Louis Griffiths training with us, and he's done extremely well. And to be able to spend a bit more time looking at him in this environment, which will hugely benefit him and hopefully continue to connect us with the academy a little bit more.
Looking ahead to Saturday, and we're back at home, a place that's been really good to us, not just this season, but also in the back end of last season as well. And I think going into every home game, there's just a real sense of excitement among supporters. Is that something that you share?
Absolutely. We've seen and we've felt the importance of the Kassam, the 3-sided Kassam, and how important that has been for us. And I don't just include this season. We always reflect back on where we've come from, and we've been able to do that together. And there was a big push last year at the back end with the All United campaign, and the fans and everyone around the club getting together to really help us go a little bit further. And that's carried on into this season, which has been so pleasing to see, and is going to be so important to us on Saturday, on Tuesday night against Derby, and for every home game that we have. And if we can continue that, we'll put ourselves in the best position possible to get a result.
And West Brom at home on Saturday as well. They're a team fighting to get into the Premier League next season as well. What do you take from them in terms of what the test will be on Saturday?
Every game we play in this league has shown us different tests, and West Brom will be another strong one. It won't be one that we'll shy away from. We know, very similar to Burnley, the level of kind of what they are aspiring to this year, different to ours. But we've spoken about, we want to play a way that people can be proud of, and sometimes that'll involve us having a lot of the ball and dominating, dictating games, and other times, like Burnley, we'll play a different way, which puts us in a position to come away with not just a performance, but results. We've had a mixed bag of different types of good performance through the first 8 games. I think Portsmouth was probably the first game where we say we didn't play to the levels that we have done, but we left with a result and a point that will become very important to us, whereas maybe in some of the other Championship games we've played a lot better and come away with nothing. But the pleasing thing is we've shown we can compete at this level, and it's now trying to find that fine balance across what has been 9 games as to how we adapt for what we do going forwards.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.